it into action and achieving all of these goals that he set for himself. And I think meeting someone that can challenge him, like intellectually, really push him to become the best version of himself that we all see today. To that, I'm very glad that he met you. You know, you took one for the team though. Thank you. I'm not saying anything. Truthfully, I'm so happy and very proud of everything you guys did together and accomplished together as a powerful couple. And I think everyone here can see that, and we all honored to be here and share this moment together with you. Thank you.
That was shorter than I thought, so. Hi everyone, I'm Emerald, and I've had the privilege of knowing Naomi since we were 3. So I feel like pretty qualified to say I know her pretty well. When Naomi and I were really young, we used to fight like sisters. And what I mean by that is, 1, almost all the time, and 2, over really silly things, like whose friend was whose friend. I remember one time I was at her house and spending a little too much time with her sister, and Naomi was not having it because I was supposed to be her friend. And when we had these fights, we would dramatically decide we were never going to speak to each other again. And then a few hours later, one of us would just start talking, and it would be like nothing happened, just fully back to being best friends. And as dramatic as those fights were, I don't think I ever really believed we would be apart for very long. But when Naomi got the news that her family was moving to Shanghai right before 8th grade, it felt different. This was before Instagram, iMessage, FaceTime. We basically just had email. And for the first time, there was actually going to be real distance between us. I remember spending months writing her letters to take with her, giving her pieces of me and her life in California to bring to Shanghai, hoping she wouldn't forget me. We spent that summer dancing in the streets, listening to All Time Low, savoring our moments together before this big change. But somehow, by God's grace, even 6,000 miles apart, we never lost our connection. And here we are, 18 years later, having spent almost 2 decades living in different cities, but still being there for each other through every season of life. And that's because Naomi is the kind of friend, the kind of person you hold on to and never want to let go. She has this natural way of drawing people in. She's always the kind of person who made friends easily. She's funny, she's warm, and more than anything, she's always believed 100% in the people she loves. That's just, I remember, sorry, I lost my place. I remember she once convinced me to run for class president when I was pretty sure I had no chance. With Naomi in your corner, you really do feel like you can do anything. I did end up losing. But because of her positivity, support, and encouragement, it never really felt like a loss. That's just who she is, and what it's like to be loved by her. She sees the best in you, and she makes you believe it too. And because I've known her for so long, I've also seen the moments where that kind of love wasn't always met in the same way. So when she told me about Min, I was hopeful, but also cautiously protective. Because of her believing the best in people, and I wasn't sure yet if he was someone who would really live up to that. But when I first spent time with him on a trip to Austin, I distinctly remember noticing how natural Naomi and Min were together, how in tune they were with each other, and especially how much care and attention he put into the way he treated her. And from that point on, every time I've interacted with him, it's been the same thing. He's considerate and consistent in both the big and small moments. He takes care of her without complaint or hesitation, like it's as natural to him as breathing. And witnessing that kind of love between them, I felt like her life before him faded into the background, and a life without him just couldn't possibly exist anymore. He became so organically, so completely a part of her life. Min, you are patient, attentive, and incredibly grounded. You help anchor Naomi in a way that is so stabilizing and comforting, especially when she's anxious or stressed. Together, you've built a life that's not only full of love, but also so much fun. And I also see how deeply you've been embraced by your family, which says everything about you. Over the past 5 years, I've watched Naomi shift from leaning on us as her friends to building something even deeper with you. You are her partner, her best friend, the person who now gets to be the first to hear her biggest dreams and her deepest fears. And I'm truly so, so happy because I know she chose the right person to hold all those parts of her. As her long-distance best friend of 27 years, there's a small part of me that's a little envious that you get to be by her side every day. I miss the days when she and I could just sit on each other's couches, eating peanut butter Captain Crunch and ramen, watching TV and talking about anything and nothing. But the much bigger part of me is just so incredibly grateful because I know the person she chose is someone who will love her, support her, and stand beside her through anything, who I can honestly say is someone who is deserving of her love. And I know from my own experience that that's what love is. Not just someone who's fun to be around, but someone who is kind, steady, and willing to be there for you in the ways that matter day after day. Someone who listens, who supports your dreams, and makes you feel safe. Naomi and Min, I am so excited for this next chapter of your lives as husband and wife. You guys are embarking on a new journey together, and there will inevitably be some changes and obstacles ahead. But Naomi, continue being Min's biggest supporter, and Min, please continue taking care of our precious girl. And I have no doubt that the years in front of you are going to be the sweetest years of your lives. Not because things will always be easy, but because you both found someone who will make it feel that way. I love you both so much. Let's raise our glasses and cheers to the happy couple and a lifetime of love and choosing one another.
Cheers! Cheers! 都好会讲话。
对。
I'm Naomi's sister, and one thing about my sister, and she's always been very particular. She has extremely high standards. You know, even from the time that she was little, whenever she wanted something really, really bad, she would write up a contract. Not just any contract, just a contract with extremely fine print and very, very thorough terms about exactly what she wanted. You know, if she wanted one bag, it couldn't be any bag. It had to be that exact brand, that exact type, that exact color, that exact shape. And then she'd write a contract to make sure all the terms were set, nothing would get wrong, and like she would get exactly what she wanted. You know, very easy to buy Christmas presents for. Honestly, you might have made a very good contract lawyer at some point. But yeah, she's always known exactly what she's wanted, and she's never settled for anything less. At one point, we used to call it materialistic, but it really wasn't that, because she's very precise. You know, when she became old enough to date, of course, the boy had to be perfect too. You know, the criteria would change from time to time, but the basics remained. You know, it has to be tall, handsome, rich, maybe a Korean pop star. Yeah, all very wide, nice expectations. For a brief period of time, I did wonder and even worry, how she would find her one and only. Because how can someone fulfill Naomi's exact non-negotiable criteria? Is there anyone out there perfect enough for her? I think a lot of media nowadays instills the idea in us that somewhere out there, there's something perfect waiting for us. The perfect person, the perfect career, the perfect moment. And when you chase it and never find it, sometimes it can become a great source of heartbreak. But the things that we want the most rarely arrive fully formed. They take shape over time. And I think love is very much the same. There's no perfect person waiting for there, no Prince Charming with the exact contract criteria waiting out there. That isn't something to be disheartened about. Because love isn't created by finding a perfect fit in the beginning, but from two people growing into one over time. It's in the small adjustments, the willingness to meet each other halfway, and the courage to change, not to lose yourself, but to become more. We often say that love requires compromise, effort, and change, but those aren't signs of something lacking. The person that you are deserves love, but real love will also allow you to become the best version of yourself that you can be. And I've seen how your love has made you both change to achieve the things that you desire, to build your lives together in a way that's just perfectly you. I've seen how you've challenged each other, how you've pushed each other to grow and work harder and become more than what you were before. You don't just love each other, you believe in each other, and what an inspiring and beautiful thing it is to see. So to Naomi and Min, I'm so happy that you found each other, and even more that you're building this life together. In the end, Min, you were perfect for her. Not because you came exactly as ordered, because you opened up your heart to her and let yourself become willing to grow to be the person that she believed you could be. I'm proud of you both. Please take care of each other. Let's please raise a glass to Naomi and Min. Wish them a lifetime of love and growth as you create your perfect story together.
Hello, everybody. I'm Min's sister and now Naomi's sister-in-law. Growing up with Min, I realized two things about him. One is that he doesn't like to spend much energy into things that he doesn't really care for. And two, once he finds something that he's passionate about, he's all in. And then he met Naomi. I remember the first time he told me about you, about how hard you made him laugh on your first date, how he can't wait to spend more time together with you, and also about how nervous he was that you might not give him a chance. And that's when I knew this was a little different. And as we all know, the rest is history. Min, I'm so happy for you that you found such a funny, kind, warm-hearted person to spend the rest of your life with. And Naomi, thank you for giving me such an amazing brother a chance. And I just know and truly believe that you two will build a wonderful and happy marriage together. And here's to a new chapter of your life.
done the previous call, give a good speech. Let's give a big hand to the previous call person. Because they speak so well, I don't think you guys want to speak. By the way, I'm very old school. I do not use mobile, so I will read from the page. Old-fashioned way. Good evening, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, I am Charles Chen, the grandfather of Naomi Chen. First, I would like to welcome all of you, family, friends, and loved ones who have gathered here to celebrate this very special day. Today is a day filled with joy, gratitude, and a little bit of disbelief. It feels like just yesterday that Naomi introduced her first and only boyfriend. First and only boyfriend. Me to me, and now here they are, starting a new chapter of life. Me, from the moment we met you, it was clear how much you love and care for Naomi. You bring out the very best in her, and for that, we are grateful. You are not just gaining a wife today. You are gaining the whole family, especially me. And we are so happy to welcome you. Marriage is a journey, one filled with laughter. Challenges, growth, and countless sad moments. By the way, these two are Christian. You know, my only request of Naomi, I do not give him anything. The first thing I asked Naomi, is a boyfriend a Christian? I only want her to be a Christian. Okay? By the way, they are Christian now. If I may, I offer just a bit of advice. Put Christ first in your marriage. A Christian marriage isn't just about two people. It is about Christ being the center. A strong marriage grows out of shared spiritual life, not just emotional compatibility. You need to pray together regularly. You need to read Bible together. You need to seek spiritual growth as a couple. Very important, huh? Learn to deny yourself. You know me? Learn to deny yourself. Deal with yourself. The ego, the confidence, the pride. For the newlywed, conflicts often come from insisting on my way. Okay? You can be willing to yield, avoiding arguing to win. Practice humility and forgiveness. Marriage is one of the best training ground for learning this. Okay? Live by love, no feelings. Love is not just emotion, but a decision and a practice. Only two pages. Okay. Choose love. Different. Choose love. each other, even you don't feel like it. Care for each other in a practical way. Don't let temporary emotion control your relationship. Very important, huh? Maintain a proper order and mutual respect. A biblical pattern in marriage based on the passage in Ephesians chapter 5 means you need to learn, you need to care and take responsibility. Yeah? Don't try to get me. You need to respect a husband and support him. And then you both need to submission to Christ. No domination. You do not dominate each other. Huh? Build a healthy home life. To create a home that is peaceful and orderly. No fighting. Peaceful and orderly. And also in hospitality for others. Willing to invite right to your house. Huh? Focus on the spiritual growth. Very important. Stay in the fellowship of church. Go to church with me all the time. Okay, marriage was never meant to be isolated. You two need to remain active in church life. Attend church life, meeting regularly and together. Be a faithful church member and serve the church. Receive fellowship from each other. Go between the church community alone. Donate 2% of income to the church. Okay, conclusion. Let Christ be your center. Deny yourself. Learn each other in practice and grow together in the church life. Once again, thank you everyone for coming. May the God bless all of us.
Keep that applause going. Let's hear it one more time for Charlie.
You know what? I spent a lot of money just for 5 minutes. You know how much it cost me to bring up your
All right. Let's hear it, y'all, for making me.
Thank you for the coming numbers. Hello, I am Minoma Minhijong. Mino Naomi, congratulations on your marriage. I can't believe you're getting married already. As I get to my older age, I realize life is made by our choices. In the future, let's make your own choices. I hope you live a life made of more good choices. Then that means a life without regret, and you know, nothing in life is free. The harder you work, the more likely you'll make good choices. And money. I like money. You know how much I like money. I realize that money is important. As much as it is important, I hope you live a rich life. Congratulations again on your marriage. Thank you.
Wow, let's hear it one